In this video tutorial, we're going to be learning on the live monitoring. Now, what is live monitoring? Live monitoring is a feature that will allow the admin from the server to be able to view the students on the client. So you'll be able to see the student face on the client. That's what live monitoring does. So you don't even need to have an emulator working up and down. You can just be on the server system and be monitoring the student. So if you see a student is standing up from his position or turning his face, you can easily identify the student and warn such students. So that's what live monitoring does. Now, in live monitoring, there are two conditions you have taken into consideration. One has to do with the server, while the other has to do with the client. Now, let's start with that of the server. You have to be running at least our version 6.05. Any version below 6.05 cannot have live monitoring feature. So you make sure that the software has 6.05 and above, but the minimum is 6.05 for the software. Now we would click on admin/server. I'm already on 6.05. It's already activated. Then I'll click on live monitor. Click on live monitoring, and you can see this is saying unable to launch live monitoring because it is disabled. At default, it is usually disabled, so we have to enable it. It's either we'll click here to enable or click on settings. Takes us to the same place, settings or here. Now if we click here, we can now go down and enable live monitoring. Now before we go ahead and enable live monitoring, it's very important to take note of some key things, except it will not enable. One, the server system you are using must have an available hard disk space of 120 gig at least. How do you check that? Go to my PC, just type PC here under the search, or this PC. You go to your C drive, right click on your C drive and click on properties. Now under free space, you can see 315 gigabyte free space. That is the available space, not the used, not the total. We're dealing with the free space only. So if it is less than 120, you cannot do live monitoring. That is first. The second condition to be able to have live monitoring work or enabled is that you have to have an available RAM of at least 4 gig. Your RAM size and available RAM is not the same. You can have a RAM size of 5-6 gig and your available RAM is not even up to 2 gig. Depends on what is running on your system. So how do we check that? You go here and go to system information. So just type information and takes all the system information. By clicking here, it gives this numeric information, but we don't need all this information. What we just need is to go down and check for available physical memory. What do we have? 7.88 gigabyte. If your own is less than 4 gig, you cannot run the live monitoring. The next thing to also check, the third thing to check, is the processor speed. If your processor speed is less than 2.0 gigahertz, this is 2.3 gigahertz, so it is more. Anything less than 2.0 gigahertz, it will not work. While the fourth is that your client system must have webcam for live monitoring. So your client system must have a webcam, a functioning webcam. So I've mentioned 4 things. One, the hard disk available space must be 120 gig and above. The available RAM of the server, not the client, I'm talking about the server in this case, must be 4 gig and above, and the processor speed must be 2.0 gigahertz and above. Then as for the client, you should have webcam running on it. Those are the key things you should take note of. If you meet up this requirement, then your server would enable live monitoring. So you just for us to click on enable here and click updates, and it has enabled live monitoring. So now if I click on live monitoring, it would appear this in this place. Now it is not showing any student's face here or student video here because of we've not connected the clients. It may the clients are being connected. We'll be able to the clients are being connected. We'll be able to start seeing them. So the next part we're going to be learning on how we can connect the client so that we can start seeing them on the live monitoring. So in this video, we're going to be learning on how to set up the clients for live monitoring accessibility on the server. So we've already learned how to set up the server. Now is for the clients to be set up. So to do that on the client, ideally to open the client, it's just all about getting the server IP address. You enter the server IP address. You can watch the video on how to go about that, and you press the enter key. It opens the client part if the connection is done properly. Now, if you start using it this way, the server, the live monitor is not going to show on the server. This is our clients I'm on presently. It's not going to be showing on the server. So in order for you to be able to allow your students' video or faces to show on the server through live monitoring, you have to set up the browser on the clients. Now, in this tutorial, we're going to be learning how to set up the browser, which is Chrome. So we're using Chrome to set up the browser in Chrome. That's what we're using in this video tutorial. There's the settings for Opera, but on other browsers, but for Chrome is what we're setting up. So please, you get Chrome on your client, and that's what we're going to be using. Now, you simply go to this URL. I want to open the URL. This is the URL. Chrome. I'm just showing you on Microsoft Word so that it can be bold enough. Chrome://flags. That's where we're going to. Chrome://flags. So we'll go to our Chrome website, Chrome page, Chrome browser, I mean. Then enter this Chrome://flags and press the enter key. Now under the search flag, just type insecure, no D in it, insecure, INSECURE, insecure. It takes you to this particular part. Then you enter the IP of the server. Remember, we are on the client. You are going to do this on every client. So you enter the IP of the client. Now, the IP of the client is this. Remember, we got it from ipconfig. We got it from got it from command prompt on the server. You enter the IP of the server, enter the IP of the server on the client. So you put it here. This is it. You can see the way I entered it. I added HTTP column, not HTTPS. HTTP column // then you put the IP address the way it is. Don't just put the IP address without the HTTP column // If you do that, it will not work. So HTTP column // 192.168. Every server has different IP, so yours might not be the same with this. After doing this, you click here and click enabled. Click here and click enable, then click relaunch. So this will close up it and open it again. So by doing this, it's now enabled. It's as simple as that. Click relaunch, it's now enabled. So since we have done this, remember we're doing this on our client, not the server. So I've done this, we can now close this. Now what we've just simply done is that normally webcam or live monitoring, there are a lot of security checks in it. So the client browser usually restricts the server from seeing other clients through live monitoring. So because of that, what we've just done now is to grant access so that the server can be able to see it. We're giving the server that access that, okay, with this particular IP, allow this IP to be able to see our students that are doing this. And that's what we've just done on setting up the clients. Now, doing that is a one-time action. Maybe you've done it. Except in a case whereby you notice it's not working, you can just go and check again. So now I can click here. So after setting up the clients that way, we can now make sure that every client, you are going to do this on every system that is going to represent the client. You have to do it. It's very important. And remember, the client has to have webcam. The client doesn't have webcam, there's no need even enabling any client that doesn't have webcam. Is either you don't use that client, or you just bother not to enable live monitoring for it, except you might be having a pop-up that will be disturbing the student. So if if any of your system don't have webcam, do not enable live monitor, just disable it. Now I've gotten the access pin for this particular student. Just to click on the class. Now you can see this. What the student will just simply do is he will just click on allow while visiting this site. Allow while visiting this site. So just to click here and it will allow. Now that is all the student needs to do. So you can even do it for the students. Then click here. Student will enter his access pin and begin test. Students will enter his name, John Peter, and start. So you can see the student is just going ahead doing everything. But as the student is doing all this, the server under live monitoring is seeing the students. So the next part will be seeing this particular student showing on the server, and every other student that have also logged in will also be showing on the server. So we're going to be seeing that on the server of our system under live monitoring. So let's go to our server now. So now we are on the server. This is our server. Now on this page of the server that has all the classes, you click on live monitoring. Remember that our students are already logged in. So by clicking on live monitoring, you can now see it. You can see the students. As the students are doing it, you're able to see them on their individual system. So you can, if a student is done or you don't want to see this, you can actually close this and it closes it. If you refresh the page again, the students that are active would come up. Any student that is no longer active, you can close it. So you'll be able to see all your students as they are moving. The student stands up, you'll be able to see it and know that this student is no longer on the desk. So that is all about live monitoring. You can see this refresh part. You want to refresh the page. If you don't want to click on the refresh button, and help guide, which is the explanation that we gave in this video. So that is how to go about live monitoring. Thank you.